Hey, this is Victor Thomas. Hope you're doing well. In today's video, I wanted to talk to you about Digital Marketing 101. So one thing that I've noticed with digital marketing in general, and for me, I know myself, is that it can just be overwhelming and it can just be hard to know how to connect all the dots and how does this all work together, and you think about one thing, but how does it relate to everything else? So I thought today I would just give you a big picture overview of digital marketing so you could just get a sense of how it all works together and help you get more business and more money in your digital marketing efforts. So let's get started. So the first thing I wanted to share with you is a quote from Elon Musk where he says, one bit of advice. This is on a Reddit post where they asked me anything and he's so good at learning new stuff, and they said, how are you so good at learning new stuff? And here was his response. And he said, one bit of advice: it is important to view knowledge as a sort of semantic tree. Make sure you understand the fundamental principles, i.e. the trunk and big branches, before you get into the leaves, details, or there is nothing for them to hang on to. So that's kind of the purpose of this video today. We're just going to give you a big, broad overview of the major chunks of digital marketing. So when you start your digital marketing efforts, you can see how they all relate to each other and, kind of make sense from there. So number one, the first most important thing is just traffic. I remember making a website maybe about 15 years ago. I was so excited. I spent so much time on it, and I spent so much time thinking about this website, and I launched it and nothing happened. And the reason is because I didn't have any traffic to it. I didn't have any way to get to the website, and it was this mystery. How do you get people to your website? And so there's a million ways. There's two main ideas. There's free traffic and there's paid traffic. Paid traffic, you spend money. You spend money on an ad. It's essentially really Google ads or Facebook ads, but you spend money on an ad and then you hopefully make more money than you spend. In order for that to work, you need to do everything else in the rest of this video, understanding your metrics and conversions, etc. It's basically a numbers game, and you have to kind of do the other stuff. You'll get a better sense when you watch the rest of the video. The free traffic is, there's a million places there. It could be writing a blog, getting SEO traffic, shooting videos on YouTube, posting on Facebook, joining Facebook groups, direct outreach through LinkedIn or through email, or answering questions on places like Quora, or starting conversations on Twitter. I mean, there's a million and one different ways to get free traffic. So they're all out there. What I suggest you do is try a bunch of stuff. You'll find one that works better than others and kind of double down on that. So the number one thing is just traffic. Getting human beings to come to your website somehow is the big step, and it's a big part of digital marketing. So the next step is your website itself. So when you have this traffic, you have people, you're engaging in conversations, you're writing blog posts, whatever, you want to direct them somewhere to a particular place where you're going to sell them something. And usually that's your website. There's usually a central hub where the magic happens, where you make money or make sales, and that is your website. So you need a place where you can send people to direct business, and that's number two. So number three is your primary offer. So essentially there's two types of offers. And so let's zoom back for a second. People coming to your website in general, there's two main types. There's people who are there, who are ready to buy something today, and then there's everyone else. And so for the people who are there ready to buy today, you want to give them a primary offer. Now that could be as simple as like contact us, or get a free audit or something like that. But you want to make it as compelling as possible. You want something that really has some teeth to it, that maybe makes you even nervous for giving it because you're afraid, of that too many people will take it or something like that. If you remember Sports Illustrated, they offered the free NFL football phone. When you subscribe, that is a primary offer. Estee Lauder in the 1950s offered a gift with purchase. That's a primary offer. You want something where, they're contacting you for that thing, but then that also will lead to a sale. So you want something to kind of hook people into buying with you, right? That's the name of the game. If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. So you want to sell something to people, and you want a primary offer to do that. But you also want a secondary offer, because 80 or 90% of the people coming to your site are not ready to buy right now. They are in what is called information gathering mode. They're just looking. They don't even know if they need your service. They just know that they're looking, right? And so you need to be able to stay in touch with these people. And so typically the way that's done is you give them some kind of a lead magnet, some kind of a bribe, something that you give them in exchange for their email address, which allows you to stay in touch with them and build relationship over time. And ultimately, one day sell them something. So this could be a free PDF, it could be a video, a download, a report, a white paper, a swipe file, etc. Anything that you can give someone of value in exchange for their email so you can stay in touch and then sell them something. So then you want like a sales process. So I really like to break this down. There's like traffic, which is just like human beings coming to your site. Then you're kind of turning them into a prospect. Maybe when they get your lead magnet, they're a prospect. When they fill out the contact form and submit it, they're more of a lead. And then you want to take them from a lead to a sale. So in my own business, I have like 5 or 6, maybe 7 different steps that they go through from between the time they hit that contact form. I send an email, we do a call, we send a proposal. There's a questionnaire. They get the questionnaire, they fill it out, then they get the mock-up, and then they get the contract, and all those steps in between. And you have to like define whatever your sales process is. How do you take this person who's a lead, they kind of are interested but they're not sure, to a sale and you're making money? That whole step needs to be well defined for you. And systems. So, in general, what I find with digital marketing, the biggest problem is it's just overwhelming. There's too many things to do, and it just can get really overwhelming real quick. It's essentially like friction, like you're running through mud. And what you need to do is systemize as much as you can. Like, don't reinvent the wheel. Make everything that you do as repeatable as possible. 90 to 95% of all your communications or interactions with all your clients should be the same. They should have the same message, the same emails, the same sequence. You really want to keep things as simple as possible, as automated as possible. You want to use scheduling software if you're going to schedule calls so you don't have to go back and forth. You want, templates for your proposals and contracts, etc. You want everything to be as systemized as possible so that there's as little friction in your business when it comes to digital marketing. Otherwise, you'll just get worn down and nothing will happen. And tracking. So you want to know your numbers, like how many people are coming to your site, what's your bounce rate, what are the main landing pages to your site, how are people coming there, when people come to your site, what pages are converting best, what's your conversion from someone coming to the home page to they fill up, to they hit the contact page, to they hit the contact form, like what are those numbers, how can you improve it, how your sales leads go, how many calls did you get, how many proposals did you send. You want to be able to track all those numbers so then you can test and improve from there. So step 8 is testing. So you want to do A/B testing. A/B testing is where you show 2 different versions of the same thing, and then you send a certain amount to one, a certain amount to the other, and you see which one works best. And you want to do that with pretty much everything of your whole business, especially your website. You want to A/B test your offer, your headline, some design elements for your site, the layout, anything that you can do to tweak and improve. A good saying in digital marketing is today's like the worst day of your business, because you could always improve it. Every day you should be getting a little bit better and a little bit better, and just 1 or 2% on a daily, monthly basis over time, it all adds up and it'll definitely help you with your business. So always test. And modeling. This is probably one of the biggest secrets when it comes to digital marketing, is you just don't want to reinvent the wheel. So many other people have come before you. They've done so much of the heavy lifting for you. Who was it? I think it was Isaac Newton who said, if I've seen further, it's because I've been standing on the shoulder of giants. You want to stand on the shoulder of giants. You want to find people who are in your space, and if they're getting SEO traffic, who's linking to them? What are the keywords that they're ranking for? What kind of content are they covering? What are their top articles? What's the structure of what they do? Or if they have an offer, like what is their offer? What's their headline? How long is their sales page? Do they have testimonials? Like, you want to model everyone that is successful. The one thing is, you want to model people who are actually successful. I remember when I was starting my business 10 years ago, I found this site. I thought, oh man, this guy's great. He was in Canada, so I basically just completely modeled his site because I wasn't close to him. And then I didn't check that he actually was successful. And I did the thing, and it did give me great results. And then I realized, his site wasn't actually producing great results. It looked cool, but it wasn't really successful. So if you're going to model, you want to model from the best. Okay, so number 10 is focus. So again, one of the main problems with digital marketing in general is just overwhelm. There's too much to do, and you really want to focus on kind of all areas of your digital marketing efforts. A big problem I see in digital marketing is what's called bright shiny object syndrome, where people are always looking for the next thing. What about chatbots, or what about this? And they're always looking for some new technology or for some new thing that can help them. And really, it's just about the fundamentals. It's just about finding something that works and then doubling down on it. Initially when you start out your efforts, you're going to try a bunch of different things. You'll try Facebook, you'll try YouTube or blogging or whatever, and then something will click and it'll work for you, and then you want to double down on that. And you don't want to go away from that. You want to just double down again and keep going with that effort. You really want to focus in on that. As Warren Buffett says, he wants to put all of his eggs in one basket and watch that basket, fiercely. And that's what you want to do with your efforts. You want to find out what works and really focus on that. And don't let your, kind of other thoughts lead you astray, other business models, etc. Really kind of focus, double down on your efforts. So that's it. That's my top 10 overview for Digital Marketing 101. Obviously, there's more to digital marketing than just this, but this is a big, good overview of the main points that you should cover and really kind of think of it as a whole. Again, you just want to not get overwhelmed by everything. You want to try a bunch of things, get some traffic to your site, give an offer, sell something to people, and then tweak, test, improve, and don't forget to model those people that are already successful, because they will be pointing you in the right direction. And going back to primary offers, I own a website business, so if you're looking for help with your website project, we offer a free mock-up of your new website before you sign or pay for anything. So visit thomasdigital.com to learn more about that. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please subscribe, like the video, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.